Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Hope you've had a great day. Thank you very much for joining. So today we're gonna review our friendly Sigma neighborhood player from Reddit, Silver2 Sigma. How can I improve? Replay code we copy. Lynx is the name. Short info to Lynx. You do not need to post your entire battle tag. Just post your in-game name. We don't want to send you friend requests for the Vodreview. We want to know which of the two tanks you are, because then sometimes people swap, sometimes you don't start a Sigma, sometimes the other one is a Sigma, and then we don't know who actually what reviewing. So just post your name, like you see here in my back I'm called Yashi. You don't see the entire battle tech number. Now of course not a big deal. Like it's not like it's very private information. Of course, you just like it's just unusual. New Queen Street. PC, Silver2. I used to be a plat tank, but this season my rank has dropped to Silver2. A couple of days ago I climbed up to Gold 4. But now I'm on a lose streak again and stuck in Silver. I'm a Sigma main and usually have a hard time to play against Ramatra and dive tanks team compositions. Also sometimes I would overextend and don't pay enough attention to my team. I would really appreciate some feedback. Yes, that's what we are here for, to give you. There's nothing much in the text that we have to go over, like ping-ponging between Silver 2 and the Gold 4 is fine. Dropping from Plat to Silver is unusual, but happens. I dropped from Master to Plat before, several times even. That's also fine. Like right now, Sigma's not the strongest tank, has the strongest tank, Ramatra got buffed. And then of course, like, it is what it is. What we want to focus on is your mistakes, mostly on the fundamentals. So the goal is to improve your gameplay, and then rank is just a statistical result of whatever you're doing in game, right? So we do not want to like make you climb or make you fall or whatever. We don't want to change your rank. We want to change your skill set. That is the only thing important here. Now I have to say I sadly forgot to start my epic pen. Let's do this in the background. Import the code. Let's load it. Big pen here.
Ready for battle.
My epic pen shows me display 11. Not entirely sure which display is the correct one though. This one not, this one not. This one, okay.
5,
This should
4,
fit.
3,
We are Lynx. And let's also change the skip timer to 5, because Blizzard cannot save the settings since 5,000 years. Let me try to check if we are on target. Yeah, the drawing is close enough. Okay, that's good enough. We'll offer a few pixels as always, but that will not concern us. So, as tank, I would always like to think a little bit about my own team comp before I leave the spawn door, because we have some time to think about it. So, first thing to notice is always this is a symmetrical map, like it's a push map. Right? Both teams arrive at the robot at the same time. It's same for control, same for flashpoint. It's a symmetrical map. Both teams run at the same time. And on all of these maps, speed boosts are always overpowered. The most strongest thing you can have in your team is any form of speed boost. One form is enough, but you should have one. But you can't control your teammates, so we just take what we have. But we see we have no Zim turret, no Zim teleporter, no Juno, no Lucio, no speed boost for us. So the first thing we think about is, okay, the enemies will arrive at the bot first. The enemies can choose their position first, so to speak, and then we run into our position. And so already we know that we should think about the map not in a symmetrical way, because enemies could have a speed boost that we don't have. But we have to decide if we go to this cloak right here. You see it? Yes, this cloak, this window. There's this stairway down here. There is this window up here. And of course there is this door. So somewhere around this area is where we want to choose our approach for this upcoming teamfight. Like if we would have a speed boost, we could already think, okay, maybe we can like place arrive at the statue or to arrive at the central thingy here, arrive at the low ground areas. You know, we could think if you could arrive at this more forward positions. If we have speed boost, if we don't have a speed boost, we don't think about it now. That is the first thing I want to think about. The second thing is timing of our team. Like, how does my team create pressure and space a little bit? And that's just really just how the characters work, right? So, biggest tool is the antinate of the Anna. Maybe we change the screens. It's very bright and we talking about teams, but it's not so bright. Let's go into the dark room. Fruit clues. Yeah, like this. Nice wall. So our Anna wins with antinate. So we could engage with antinate, disengage with antinate. Wuyang is gonna provide us more of like a continuous heal and sometimes a little bit of a short burst of healing. But usually one of the supports will be with the DPS, ideally. And then we have a double sniper, which means the team fights will go quite slow until the team creates a pick. So we already mentally prepare that we are kind of rather setting up for a rather trading engage, not so much of an all-in engage. Like, if you had instead like Anran and a Tracer, for example, then we know, okay, maybe I exist in some space and until my flankers collapse, and then you also just shoot your rock and your shots into wherever when they collapse, right? If they would be like this. And of course, if you would have something like maybe like a Zenyatta, like a whatever, we would keep an eye out to discard or targets instead of like targets, antinated targets. And but we have to keep an eye on targets that are sleeping, targets that are antinated. Just a short mental preparation in spawn helps me a lot when I roll out like this. And this is of course nothing you have done wrong. We don't know what you have thinking, but we know that we have double sniper. Well, actually 3 snipers and like water bending is also considered sniper. 4 snipers. We have a full sniper poke team. So, and why do we think that? And it's just because which type of team you have dictates on which space is required for your teammates a little bit. Like, does your team rather want to have like short range engages, or does your team want to have like more longer range engages, right? And right now we like the long range engages, and so contesting this high ground area would be very useful for our team, because like if you put a shield up here, like our snipers have very good sight lines and very good angles onto them, and it's hard, the enemies have to push onto high ground, and this means they either have to go up the stairs in front of you or on the side of you, and this would be very helpful to our team. So from this setup, you already know that this position would be very good for our teammates to contest at the start. While if we had more like an Anra, like a Vendetta, whatever, flanker style character that goes in and out, maybe being in this area where you can attack the backline a little bit more might be a little bit better. Just for the rollout. Like I personally like to like change a little bit. Technically, you don't know what will happen. It's a little bit random, but you know, just something to think about. So now we try to roll out down here, and we already know this is a little bit of an issue because we have not seen what our teams are contesting. Ideally, doing while walking out with your team, you need to understand which space do you have. As we said, we want to mentally prepare by looking at our teammates, but now what do we see? Well, we see the Hanzo going the left side high ground. We see the Wuyang also going left side high ground. We see Anna behind us, and where's the Widow? So right now we do not have the full information what is actually going on. So right now we can assume that Hanzo is kind of like contesting this lane and also shooting tank down here in this area roughly, right? And we know that the 3 other teams are going to be fully useless. Because they have no angles. So we know that the entrance from the side is open. All entrances from the side open. So this is a little bit of a weak point for our team, that we have nothing to contest this right side right now. That's something you have to be aware of as tank.
Actuating the barrier.
Now that's interesting. We see an isolated brick, and our first instinct is to just kite away as far as you can and walk backwards and shield a brick. Now that very first engagement is very important. Like, you're not the only ones that are doing weird things. This is silver. Like, this is your Anna right now. Which is a very scary thing to see. Because you're gonna die. So... I talked now about that a tank needs to understand which space he needs to contest, but I'll talk about how a space is actually contested. And there are two things. The one thing is efficient. Efficient poke. And this is just like basically your max range with your orbs, and you just want to be in cover and just damage something that is available from the space you're currently holding, and just shoot them without taking too many resources for yourself. So you don't want to lose much HP, you don't want to use many cooldowns. You want to be as efficient, like use as little resources as you can. And resources like health, resources like cooldowns, resources like space, all the things. But then, at some point, you want to go from an efficient poke into an effective brawl or kill. Effective. Oh my god, my writing is atrocious. And I'm writing red on red. I like a pro. Effective. Kill. And usually, going from the poke to the kill can happen in two ways. In three ways. One thing is enemy enters your space. Enemy in, oh my god, why am I even writing your space? Right? So something enters your range, like a Doomfist jumping in, like an Underland jumping in, or even just like an unaware brick runs around the corner. It's the same. So at this point, you don't want to just like be scared and like scarily throw a few of balls into brick. You want to go hard on brick because you win this trade. Because as a tank, you're very deadly in your limited area. You're very deadly in your effective shooting distance. So your balls fly to here. And so right now, this is the area of where you can poke. And you need kind of like a deadly area where the enemy enters this area, he's guaranteed to die. So for example, if like a brick would be not back here, but is at this staircase, this brick will die, guaranteed. Either from Hanzo, or from Wuyang, or from you. Right? And you need to know where the space for you is. When an enemy enters the space, it needs to die. If you cannot kill an enemy in your space, you have no space. The entire definition of space is, if enemy goes into your space, enemy dies. And if the enemy doesn't die but does trades, that's not your space. That's just the neutral area. So kind of like space is something like around this maybe right now. And this right now is more or less like the contested area, right? Where you are just poking right now. And you change which area this is by walking in or by walking out. By walking backwards onto high ground, you're giving up space right now. You're giving space to a brick. But if you look at this, why are we not running straight into brick's face right now? This is not a tank, it's just a brick. So right now we could be walking up to this corner, and despite having no speed boost, we could then say, okay, like, well, we can shield off main, we can shoot out the brick, we can contest the lane, we can do a lot of good things from here. Because we saw nothing that contests us. And always, if you do not see enemies actively stopping you from killing stuff, you go and kill their stuff, basically. And right now, there's only a brick, go kill the brick. That's all. And yeah, and of course, like, maybe don't get the kill on brick, but that is fine. You threaten to kill the brick, and that forces the enemy team to get out of position, to give a lot of cooldowns to the brick. This makes me win. But instead, we kind of did nothing. We placed our shield in front of a brick, which does nothing against melee characters. We run away from the enemies, so we are giving up space right now for doing nothing. And like, we are out of the fight for no reason. And like, So this trade could have been already like 500 damage for positive for your team, from what we see right now. And we still actively avoid shooting enemies. So the first thing you do is go into the first cover that you find and then shoot enemies. Just be in this cover and shoot enemies. Shoot something. Be in cover, shoot enemies. Have one enemy on your screen. Yeah. And you see we are still not shooting enemies. We are missing all our balls. There is no dedication, no attempt behind this. Like, you just exist and hold left click, but you are not aiming at nothing, you are pushing nothing, you're punishing nothing. There needs to be a decision to be made from your side. Right now you let the enemies decide what you are doing. Like, oh, they go there, you go there, you see the ram go there, then you go rotate there, then you see the soldier there, that you go there. Like, always enemies dictate. But you want to be in a position where you say, okay, no, I need that my snipers, my 4 snipers are effective at killing stuff. I need my 4 snipers to perform. So I define, I want to have this space right now. I want to be here, so I can poke around this area. I can shield one side against soldier or the tank. It doesn't matter which side you shield, by the way. And then I can shoot whatever is poking the face out. And then there's no enemy that can come close to you, because if soldier runs deeper, he will die to you. But if he stays on the range, he will die to Widow, because his Widow is better on the range than the soldier. Like, all of your teammates are better on range than the enemy team, right? And that's what you want to create, a situation where the enemies either die to your teammates, or they have to run into you to get to your teammates. That's exactly what you want. But right now, as you see, we are kinda like, every single enemy rotates however they want. Soldier is doing what he wants, Cass is doing what he wants, Ram is doing what he wants. You're shooting nothing right now. And you are so far away and so lost in between, oh, what do I shoot, what do I do, that you're doing nothing instead. Because, like, you try to do everything everywhere. Pick one, shoot it. And the first thing is you do, pick one cover that you play and shoot from that cover one target. So you pick this cover and you shoot from this cover. That's all you should do here right now.
They took our guy.
And so the enemies got all the space, so the run is over. There's not much point in living this. You have 17 HP no cooldowns, just die in robot, so you stagger shorter. You don't have to live every team fight. It's like, sometimes there's a situation where you can run out, but this doesn't look like it, right? Like, it doesn't look like you will survive this. Just die in robot. And you die, you always have the option of you either die on robot or you die with your team. They're the only 2 options. Or, of course, live. But right now, you will not live with your life. You're not contesting the robot, and you're not dying with your team because the team is already dead. So you also should have been died a long time ago. So you can group up better with your teammates. Otherwise, it leads to staggering.
Don't let them push any further.
Barrier is splintering.
This will help.
And in Silver2, it's not a big priority. So my tip is really just die on robot. Don't even try to live. If the teamfight is going south, just try to kill something on robot. Just go and just try to murder someone. So when you come back, they also have to come back. That's all what you try to do.
Convene here. Barrier initialized.
Aim at a specific target. Find your cover, aim at the target. Where's your cover? You are right now out in the open. Right? So the enemies can, at any point in time, the enemies can decide to close the cover onto you. or widen the cover. Like, let the enemies decide what they want to do again. Don't do that. Instead, be at this corner, or this corner, or like, that is always bad. Like one of these two corners, maybe even inside here. So you control what they do, so to speak. And then aim at a specific target.
Robot has been acquired. Return to me.
Right now, why are we scared?
Moving along now.
Okay. Okay, small tip here. As Sigma, as any shield character, it's important to train to manage your shield properly. Your shield has a mechanic where it doesn't take damage for a while, it will recover. If it's retracted for a while, it will recover. So if you do not use your shield, it will go back to 700 health. But if you place your shield, it will stop healing up. So if you just flick your shield for a millisecond and put it back again, you just stop the recovery of the shield for no benefit. So it's important that it never goes to 0 damage. You always retract it before it goes to 0, so it recovers faster. But also, if you decide to let it recover, you try to let it recover full. And you really need a really good reason to not let it recover. And so if you look at this gameplay, did you have a good reason? Not really, it's just enemies existing. You know? And you know, you could also just use the other cooldown. Or, you know, you could just use your shield health, because that part also recovers on its own. I'm in the way. Just use the blue part of your health, because it also recovers on its own. It's shield health. Or you know what you also can do? Just stay in cover and don't peek this at all. Just shoot at the wall, and just let it be. Because you're controlling the payload, you don't have to do anything. The enemies have to push you. And this leads to a situation where, imagine you do not peek these enemies, right? You let the enemies do here what they want. Right? The soldier just shoots, but everyone goes away. Everyone's out. So soldier actually has to run down the stairs. And now he's in your space, now he's killable. Because now then you can swing out, place your shield behind him so he doesn't get shield, rock him, shoot him, and he's dead. Not in this orientation maybe, but more or less. Because you have saved your cooldowns. Then you have them when you need them. Don't just use your cooldowns for anything the enemies decide. So you see what I mean? Like you flick your shield for 100 health, but what did it do? Like, you're just preventing your shield from healing up. And now you use your rock. Right? Your rock is the cooldown now. But what did the rock achieve? This cooldown. It kinda nothing, we just use it to poke. But now you don't have a rock, so what can the enemy do? Yeah, well, Ramatra can now walk in. Why? You have no cooldowns. You used your shield, you used your rock, you don't have those, and now he can just walk in. Because now it's free, because you have shot your shots. So instead, if the enemies are not in a good position for you, just don't waste your cooldowns on them. That's literally all. I understand. Which space do you need? Yeah, well, you tell me. Which space do you actually currently need? Like, is any one of your teammates in a position to shoot at this area? No. So this area is irrelevant for us. This area is. And this area is, right?
We have nearly gained the lead. Activating the barrier. Barriers weakened.
Okay. One additional thing. Now, the space thing is already a lot of things to think about. It's the hardest thing to learn Overwatch. That's one easier thing that you can improve on, and that is your
close to taking the lead.
cooldown management. So you have 3 types of mitigation available to you that you want to use. Your shield. With the shield health in the center, here, where we have said, okay, don't let it drop to 0. Retract it first, and also if it's retracted, let it heal up to 700 again. So this doesn't cover everything. So what else do we want to use? Well, we have our suck ability. Right? And what it does is it absorbs damage, and for that you get over health. An additional health bar, basically, that you can use then. So move my camera here again for the health. Right, the green green over health. And the third thing you have is your shield HP, which recovers on its own. And so what you do is, I would say, like, what you want to do is you want to be in a position with cover where you control how much damage you take. First thing. Second thing is, you want to use your shield on an area, on off angle that you want to lock down. Like, for example, if there is like a widow up here, and you shield this widow, like, the widow cannot break the shield alone. She will take 5 million years to break it. And then if the enemies shoot you, like Ramatra and Brick do a lot of melee damage, but if they shoot you, then you can use your suck ability, so they have to stop shooting you. And then, if your suck ability is gone, you have over health, you still have your shield health. You don't see right now. And so ideally, what you do is,
Your team is close to taking
you use your shield health first a little bit, so it can start recovering, and then you use your suck ability while it starts recovering, and then when suck is gone, you have over health, and then you place your shield in front of you. And when the shield is dead again, you will have your health again, and if the health is gone again, you will have your suck again. If your suck is gone, then you have your shield again. And you just cycle those abilities. And that works quite well with a lot of tanks. It's same with Ramatra, it's like close like this with Orisa. A lot of tanks works this way. Cycle your abilities. Mitigation abilities. And also,
Weakened.
number 3 is kind of important.
Your
Tanks,
team
you are a
is
tank.
close to taking the lead.
Create a lot of visual aggro. But we have just discussed, the tank has 3 forms of mitigation, like 3 forms, right? So let me ask you this. How many forms of mitigation does a soldier have? Or does Moira have? Or does Cassidy have? Like, all of this, like, Moira has 1 fate, Brick has 1 weaker shield, Cass has nothing, Soldier has nothing. So, shooting any of those will do a lot more than shooting the tank. So, the tank's job is to be, like, big and scary in your face, so you shoot him, but it's good for the tank, because the Ramatra, the same as you, has mitigation forms of, like, he has his armor part of the health, where he takes less damage but gets heals more. Right? He has the block part, together with, of course, his nemesis form, where he can just absorb 75% of incoming damage or something. And he has his shield he can place. And he as well just rotates this around. And so right now you're just punching into his nemesis form, into armor, that he loses anyway when he goes back to his normal form. So this damage you dealt is basically nothing, because it will go away anyway. It's like not permanent health. It's just temporary health. So right now, if you would shoot something else, it would have a lot more impact. And of course, to be complete, like your next 5th form of mitigation after cover, shield, suck, and shield health is your rock. That you can always use when the enemies push hard and are close enough, and use their cooldowns. Then you can punish them. Like Ramatra is blocking, you rock them. Just like this. Hello, Luca.
I hear you, pumpkin.
My ultimate is almost ready.
I'll protect you.
Ain't
Almost
you
ready to ult. Ultimate.
Collapsing the barrier.
Okay. Yeah, we panic just a lot. So we just walk out somewhere, shoot nothing, then get shocked by getting shot from behind, place our shield before we turn around, and actually hit some shots. Right? So it's important that you turn around first before you place your shield. Like, what are we shielding? Right? And we saw this earlier with your shots as well. You press the buttons before you have turned around. Aim first, press second. Very important. Before everything. Put your mouse where it needs to be. However long it takes, it doesn't matter. Place your mouse where it has to be before you press the button. about the barrier. So we retracted the barrier, 318 health. So now it could recover. But instead we just use it again, so it does not recover, right? But why are we using barrier? We could just walk into cover and shoot from here, right? And then we control how much damage we take without the barrier, or use our other abilities to take less damage. Here as well. What are we shooting at? Mouse is... We flicked our mouse with melee. Where nothing is to melee. Then comes the suck. And now... And now you... shoot at this wall. And while we are shooting... we also turn the camera to here. So we aim at the wall, shoot here, and while we're shooting, we flick the camera over to here. Like, what is here? What is that we need to hit? You need to aim first before you shoot. Take your time. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Like, you need to aim the shots. They will never hit. We use our shield at low HP, so it will not recover again. And again, we are kind of aiming at nothing. No, I know that aiming Sigma is difficult. We have to, but we still have to try. Yeah, actually, that's good. No, it's fine. That's fine. I like this. Good. Good. Shield. But keep walking. You have no shield, no nothing. You have to keep walking backwards. And now recover everything. You have no cooldown and no shield and no rock. Just chill for 2 seconds. Don't take damage here. Like, just chill. Yeah, and this is one of the moments where it's important to just do nothing. So right now you have shot your shots, you have fired everything, you have nothing left. Wait until you have shield again. And your cooldown again. Before you peek out again. And maybe use this time while you're doing nothing to just turn around and see where's your team. What is he doing? Who is alive? Who is actually with me, you know? Just get the information. Just look at them once before you decide to do things. Good. Yeah, that was fine. Yeah, you let shield die, which is suboptimal, but we'll take it. So, right now we already see that we have a few tasks to fix. And I would do this from going from easiest to hardest. So the first thing I would fix in your case would be shield. Shield. No break. Before it breaks, you retract it. No break. Let recover. Let's recover before use. These are the two things I would do first. Yeah, the first thing I would fix first. How do you use your shield? Second thing I would do is aim first. Click second. You are losing a lot of time because you're clicking things before your mouse arrives where it needs to be, where you want it to be. And that is important because it prevents you from improving. If you try to put your mouse where you want to be and then click, it trains both putting the mouse there, so it actually improves your aim, but also it helps you with knowing where you want it to be. So if you just like want to be if you want to shot to hit somewhere here, and then you just like aim like this. Like, what are you training, right? How do you want to improve from that? You won't improve. But instead you say, okay, I want to hit this sign. So you want to flick your mouse to the sign, and then click. And you see, oh, my mouse movement was off. I want to be here, but I landed here. And then you click, and then you see what happened. Then you kind of can say, okay, this was not the direction where you should have aimed, and I also misaimed. Number 3 would be... Did I just move all my text? Ah, that was stupid, sorry. Number 3 is cycle tank cooldowns. Like, actively use one, then the other, then the other. Like, actively use your shield first. When it breaks, you use your shield health. When it's gone, you use your suck ability. Now, Sigma is a little bit of a special case. We actually need only to cycle 2 of the abilities and can keep the third, which allows you to put your shield somewhere else, only use suck and shield HP to survive. Or keep your shield HP so you never need healing, and just use shield and suck to alternate. And cover, of course, it's always with cover. To alternate, so you never need support. So your support can just shoot, you know? Like, you have right now Wu Yang and Zenyatta. It's a very low healing output, but they put out tons of damage, right? Tons of damage. So we can use this to our advantage to just use our cooldowns, our 3 cooldowns, to never take any damage to our health bar, and just use the 3, like, cover, shield, and suck to, like, stay alive forever, without taking any heals from them. Because, of course, we take a little bit of damage anyway, a little bit of poke, but, like, we have 2 heal ops. One heal op will be on us, probably. And then they can shoot, heal the DPS, and so on. And the number 4 is the space thing. Because this is the most complex topic, and it gets... Why can I not write space? Every time I do it, I fail. Ah, perfect. The spacing. And how you do it is... For about 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, it depends on how motivated you are, really. You define one topic, only one. I suggest you start with shield, and you play the game, and you only play, and you only focus. How do you use your shield? Do you put it away before it's about to break? You never. It should not break once, not even once. The entire game, no breaks. Only retracts. And you let it to recover to full HP before you put it out again. Now, there will be situations later on where you actually want to put out a half HP shield. But I wanted to train this fundamental first to just, like, not be active while your shield is down. Just to wait for your shield to be fully up again before you decide that you do something. Like, if you retract your shield, then enemies swarm you, of course you're going to use your shield before you die. Usually. But it's not what happened. What happened is that you had no shield and you walked forward. You actively chose to peek enemies that are irrelevant for the game. For that 1/2 second where you peeked. That's what happened. And this is a problem that we want to fix first. And so you just, for 1 week, for 2 weeks, you just focus on this training. And at the end of each week, you just open a Vodreview of yourself. Just open the last game you played. It doesn't matter if it was a stomp, or if you stomped, if the enemy stomped. It doesn't matter. You just let it run on 2 times speed, and you just see, did you never let your shield break? And did you let it regenerate to full? That's all. And when you have done it, you make a check mark, you have trained, then you go to the next topic, and again, for 1 to 3 weeks, you train this one topic, which was cycling your cooldowns, right? Use your shield, you track, use your suck, retract, use her shield health, go to cover. Repeat from the start. And you just train this for 1, 2, or 3 weeks. And you don't care about rank, you don't care if you win, you don't care if you lose, it really doesn't matter. You want to build a solid fundamental that you can rely on to then, how abilities work, to then build on how they should be used in second. So you do not, like, there might be some increase in your rank from this, but it's not the important thing. The important thing is that you understand, oh, I can cycle my abilities, and then you can understand how an engagement against a Ramatra works. And then you can understand how does engagement against Soldier works. Because then you know, okay, if I cycle my cooldowns, this happens. You have this experience. And again, after 1 week, at the end of each week, you just open a VOD and see, okay, how does my cycling look like? Did I cycle my abilities? And you can decide whether you have seen here how you started, then you will see where you will be, and you can define yourself how good you want to be before you swap topics again, right? And so on. And you do this for every single topic you do. Now, for space is the one topic that's a little bit different, because space is such a difficult topic to understand that if you open now a Vodreview of a top 20 tank player, he will still point out things where he did space wrong.
And welcome you to
5
lovely
Savagely, Savage. Greetings with the Mauga face. Hello Raiders, thanks so much for raiding. Hope you had a great round of tank gaming. We're currently reviewing a Silver Sigma tank. Maybe you will also find some tips that will help you in your Grandmaster games. Savagely is a very cool streamer, very fun, very entertaining. Check him out, very cool dude. Grandmaster all roles. Okay, so at the end of the way, let's focus on the shield usage. What are we shielding? Why? Shield is not recovered. Map. False. Bad usage. Go next. Oh, it's only 650 now. Okay, my bad, sorry. It's not 700, 650. Good shield usage.
Withdrawing the barrier.
Good retract. Nice. It's full. Good. Good. Hey, this is a little bit of shield damage. I'll allow it. Like, doing it like this, I'll allow it. Just know that it's wasting a lot of time that you could be shooting instead. So, like, this is not, like, using it like this is not too bad. In the sort of like, oh, it's will generate. Like, if it's missing 50 HP, it doesn't really matter that much in the greater context. But use a shield to like do something with it. Like, what are we shielding now and why? Right? Like, what does the shield do? What's the point of it? So we just kind of put it out, but like, it's not doing anything. We didn't put it in front of us, we didn't put it in front of Soldier. So in this case, I would just literally put the shield just up there, somewhere in between me and Soldier. It doesn't even need to be precise. Just somewhere there, just leave it there. It doesn't matter. Just forget about it until it's low HP. That's all. Doesn't need to be complicated. Because right now you're directing shield, but you could be shooting. Instead of fumbling with the shield, right now you could be shooting. Right? And like, if you just shield, like, somewhere in the mid-air like this, like, shield will be just floating in front of this window somewhere, just floating here, somewhere between. It just annoys the hit scans. They have to rotate, they have to move, they can't shoot. Maybe they should shield, they waste the time. Like, it doesn't matter what they do. Because they don't shoot, but you shoot, so you win. That's all. Just put your shield and just leave it there. Right? And this I understand. Like, because now you see, my shield does nothing, they rotate it, and they are ulting, so I have to do something. And now you can't be ignoring the cast, you have to shoot. You have to block the cast. That's fine. But that's what happens. Just be ready for this, like, there's nothing else to say. Just know that this is gonna happen. Now you have the tendency of letting your shield fly for too long, in general. Put it in front of you. Don't put it that deep. Short explanation, depths of shields and angles. Where's a good surface to draw? Like, if you are this blob, and you put the shield here, right? You prevent damage from this angle. Let's draw it from the center. You prevent damage from this angle. Right? But if you instead put the same size shield here, and it's about the same size and better drawing, but you know what I mean. You prevent damage from this angle. Right? And so you see the area that you cover with shield is just much bigger if you put it closer to yourself. And if there is you, and there's an enemy tank down here, Man, I'm so bad at drawing. And an enemy head skin up here. It's fine to put it somewhere between you and the hit scan. So put it just like this. Right? It's anywhere between roughly here and roughly here will be okay. All of them do the same. It doesn't matter where it is in between those. But you are putting here. And so the enemy is like, does one micro step and he's in front of the shield. Right? And if you say, okay, I want to block the Ramatra instead, he does more damage. Then what you would do is put the shield again just somewhere between you and the Ramatra, like this. And again, anywhere between here and here would be fine. Because yeah, Ramatra can walk forward through the shield. But then he doesn't get healing. Right? And he's still shot by your teammates from the sides. And that way for Ramatra it's still okay. Just don't put it like here. It's in a different color. Don't put your shield right where he stands. Because then he will still have like supports on the sides healing him. They're just close enough to heal him still, even if he runs through it. So you know, there is a big gap where you can put it, but just don't be like in the enemy itself, but like somewhere in front is fine. And usually my advice is always to like if you have two enemies to choose from, don't put it in between, but choose one, block this one, for example, and put the shield in between you and him, or choose this one and put the shield directly from behind him, and so you will still take damage from one, true, but that's fine. Your shield will last longer, so this guy is hindered more by your shield, and your shield lasts longer, and you can trade with one guy efficiently anyway. Right? So, just for the shield. Since we won't focus on shield now. It's fine.
Enemy force.
So like this. Right now, I would put my shield a little bit further, so it's more or less covering only this players, more or less, and shoot the soldier. But this is somewhat fine. And retreat. Perfect. And now let's go to cover. Yeah, the rock. We didn't talk about the rock, but also this training for cooldowns. Probably you have to train every cooldown individually if you're in Silver 2. So I kind of like treat this more or less like a plot review. But like we see that all abilities are somewhat off. So you kind of should like think, like after you have trained your shield, maybe also take your time to think about how actually you use your rock. What does it actually do? When do you actually use it? Because this isn't it. Like you let your shield, like, you wait until your shield is gone. You need to recover it now. And now you're losing health, peeking the entire enemy team just to maybe rock a soldier somewhere in the back. Because the rock flies so long, it doesn't even do anything. And the rock is more useful, like if you go now to here and rock Sigma in the back and then shoot him in the back, so will do a lot more. Because like they're closer, he will not dodge, and you're just like having like an all-in situation. That's why you use rock. Either because you push or the enemy pushes. Okay. Ult a little bit misaimed, it's fine. Good, we use the suck. Didn't shield. We didn't retract the shield. Okay. But it was like the fight. We take this one. Was not the worst so far. Cleanup doesn't matter. Just gives you stats. Now shield, we have to let it recharge. Careful. We still have to let the shield recharge. So if you want to peek this, we have no shield. So if you want to jump out here, you don't want to use shield. And this is for future you, of course. Not for the right now, but for the future you. Like, we don't want to use the shield right now. We want to let it recover. Right? So you want to, like, delay the fight until something else happens. And either the enemy peeks around, or your teammate peeks around. One of both can happen. And then you will use your shield. Sorry. Not your shield, but your other abilities to mitigate damage. But unless it doesn't happen, you don't peek. And do we have evidence there's a teammate shooting? And yeah, we saw the soldier jump, we saw the Wu Yang orb. So this is a good moment to tank this. But because we don't want to use shield, we use our suck right now. We just suck, just so these two people can just shoot for free, right? But don't use shield, just suck. And you see how you every time you use your shield, you lose 200 HP, but it never recovers. You never let it recover.
Barrier is splintering.
They took the robot?
Yeah, we sacrifice our shield. That's all. Bad shield usage. You see it in speed boosts, right? We focus only on the shield right now, and we let our shield die.
Forward spawn.
If the shield is recovering, while the shield is recovering, use your other mitigation abilities like cover, like suck, and if both of those fail, your shield HP. The blue part of your HP.
Actuating the barrier.
Okay, shield used, shield retracted. That's fine. It's close enough. Close enough. Good. Nice. Yeah, good. Here we'll use shield a lot better. Where's our shield? I'm confused. Yeah, we let it recover, very good. Nice. I actually didn't know you could lift a Mei in ice block. I thought a Mei would be still down there. Okay. Some master player I am, I know. Shield, yeah. That's fine. Good. Good rock. Just flicker the shield, but look at this from this perspective. Your shield right now against a soldier, what does it do? From the point of view of soldier, what does it do? Well, right now he can't do anything, so he has to walk left side or right side. Because he cannot be shooting shield while you shoot his Moira. He will lose. But now you remove the shield, so... Soldier didn't even move. He's still there, right? And like your shield either buys you time by breaking or by forcing enemies to rotate. But kinda didn't buy you enough time to kill the Moira right now. We retreated it too early. And we removed it again. And we didn't let it recover again. And also, by the way, you have picked the perk with the flying punch. And it also acts like another layer of mitigation. Like right now, you could just, if you farm this, you can punch Ramatra and he just flies away. And it will be ineffective for a brief moment. Very good. Just use it as another damage mitigation tool while your shield is recharging. And as last time, shoot targets that's not the tank. Like, you can one-shot the soldier if you hit him with 2 spheres. Don't shoot Ramatra. No, Ramatra is bigger and fatter, but shoot the soldier. Or the Moira. Okay, shield placed. And we removed it. Like... Yeah, okay. Like, place your shield here and just go and murder these guys. We'll be fine. We didn't let it recharge. We did not let it recharge. Bad. Didn't let it recharge. Too bad. Yep. Let the shield recharge and use your other damage mitigation abilities. Suck, fly, cover. And basically, you are basically never in cover. Like, I don't think I've seen you in cover once in the entire game. So basically, you just walk out in the center of the open field. And then just shield, right? Like where's your cover? Like, you do not have the choice of removing the shield. Because you are out in the open. But what is the point of being there? Like, you're not even contesting the robot right now. So then just be in cover. So you can control how many enemies you see. You can Ramatra should not even see you. You should just shoot the Mei, right? Or be in cover here, and they just shoot the Ramatra and not the Mei. Or be in cover here, then you don't see the soldier doesn't see you. Or be in cover here, so you see only brick. Let's use some cover. A shield is not the your default is to trade efficiently from cover, and then when you want to go from efficient to effective to kill something, that's when you then place a shield so you can actually walk out in the open and kill something. But are you killing something right now? Is there evidence on our screen that something will die if you shoot enough? Not really. You will not kill something here, right? You're kind of just trading. So it's not effective, it's efficient. Should be efficient. So yeah.
The barrier is nearly smashed.
Yeah. But still a very close match. Could have gone either way. If you have any questions, feel free to ask on the Reddit where I post this, or catch me live on Twitch. Twitch.tv/ingame, and ask your questions there. Also, further Vodreviews for channel points are open. Yeah, and if you want any further input on how to train something, or how the shield specifically should be used, if you want a demonstration, whatever, hit me up. I can provide most likely. And thank you for watching. See ya.